This is our chance to join together and pursue accountability over appeasement.
Continues to press for military action against Syria. New video emerges of that deadly chemical attack. Plus, D.C. police look for the men behind 2 separate sexual assaults. Also, Madrid, Istanbul, and Tokyo were in the running to host the 2020 Olympic Games, but who got the honor? Good evening, everyone. We begin with new developments in the crisis in Syria. We are getting a look at video from the attack in Syria, shown at this week's classified briefings on Capitol Hill. Also, former CIA Director David Petraeus is calling on Congress to back President Obama on military action. This comes as we see still more protests. Richard Reeve is live in the newsroom this evening with more. Richard?
Well, Greta, this is the second week in a row we've seen Syria protests outside the White House. Those graphic videos certainly adding fuel to this debate. A challenging week ahead for the president, who has made the case for military action to a skeptical Congress and a war-weary American public.
We say no more!
It is a weekend of protest in D.C.
People are opposed to this war, that they're going to stand up to this war.
Here outside the White House, in New York City and Atlanta, the focus now the congressional debate on U.S. intervention in Syria.
Congress is going to vote. Are they going to listen to the president, or are they going to listen to the overwhelming majority of the American people?
President Obama is now preparing for a nationwide TV address Tuesday night, trying to change minds.
We cannot turn a blind eye to images like the ones we've seen out of Syria.
Perhaps his most daunting task, persuading a doubtful Congress, even in the wake of images like this, shown during classified briefings on Capitol Hill.
Failing to respond to this outrageous attack would increase the risk that chemical weapons could be used again.
But many Americans are skeptical. A recent poll shows 29% are in favor of a U.S. strike, 48% are opposed, and 23% are unsure.
I understand your skepticism.
Politicians like Arizona Senator John McCain are feeling the heat.
We cannot afford to turn Syria into another Iraq or Afghanistan. I beg you.
Secretary of State John Kerry is now on a European tour, warning U.S. allies that the price of not taking action would be devastating.
We will have licensed Hezbollah, Iran, and Assad to do what they want to the people of Syria.
Here at home, though, there are fears of escalation, the U.S. drawn into a larger war.
As terrible as it is, I think, for women and children and just anyone to die in any sort of war, we have to ask, will U.S. intervention actually stop that, or will it bring more war?
The administration says more than 1,400 people have died from sarin gas, including 426 children. Congress is back in session on Monday. The first Senate debate will be about limited use of U.S. forces with no U.S. ground troops. That vote expected by Friday. The president again will make his case to the American people Tuesday night. Live in the newsroom, Richard Reeve, ABC 7 News.
Okay.